I'm pleased to have him back at this table. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And I read this piece from Phil Rucker and Dan Balls. Presidential hopefuls in both parties agree on at least one thing: economic mobility and the feeling of many Americans that they are being shut out from the nation's prosperity will be a defining theme of the 2016 campaign.
I think it's a defining theme of our time. So one of the genesis for this book and why it really builds off my first book, American Son, is my experience in this country is largely through the lens of someone raised by two people with very limited education who, as a bartender and a maid, achieved the American dream. They were never rich, but they owned a home in a safe and stable neighborhood. All four of their children went to college. They retired with a sense of security and dignity. And millions of people achieved that in the United States in the 20th century, especially after the Second World War. And it was part of this fundamental promise that America always held out, that if you were willing to work hard and persevere, eventually you would find a job that would allow you to achieve that sort of lifestyle and maybe even more. Now what's happening is a growing number of people are doing it. They are following the formula that they were told growing up. You know, some of them have gone on and graduated from college. And they're finding that no matter what they do, they cannot find jobs that pay enough to live off. And there are millions of people today that are living literally one broken down car away from catastrophe. They won't have the money to fix the car or to get to work.
Or one illness away from catastrophe.
Or one illness, or one leak in the roof. I mean, you see this all the time in people that are really struggling. So what it does is, what's happening now is that people wake up in the morning and they read the news about how the economy is taking off again. You know, Wall Street's having a great year, and the GDP is growing again. And this is good. I mean, there's not bad news. But they're saying to themselves, well, why isn't that reaching me? And the truth is, if you're willing to work for $9 an hour, you could probably find a job in this economy, but you may not be able to pay your bills. So we have to address that, because if you lose that, if you lose that upward mobility, what my parents lived, the aspirations of achieving the American dream, I think you've lost the soul, the crux of what makes us special and different.